You guys look nice and comfy over there, eh?
That can be really nice and very long.
Nope. You like your stick there, Dewey? You like your stick? Alright, good morning guys. So I'm still waiting on something so I can continue on with the solar. So it's coming in the mail today, so tomorrow we'll have another solar video.
Jack stands.
The jack stands. So what we're gonna get started on today is we've been kind of visualizing and having an idea for, what do you want to call it?
Potato patch.
A potato patch.
But right now it can't be potatoes, so we're gonna plant watermelons. We're gonna start some peppers and tomatoes inside, and then we're gonna do squash as well, because it's gonna be a big area.
Yeah. So we're just kind of planning it out right now, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna dig it down about 2 feet deep, and then probably around the sides, I think we might put a little bit of landscape rock. And the way that this is gonna be watered is directly right behind the camera there is where our washing machine is. So we're gonna use the water from the washing machine plus the water from this roof here in order to irrigate this. So we're not gonna be tapping into our, the water's not gonna be coming directly from the water tanks, it's gonna be gray water. So we're repurposing the water. Because right now it's basically just going underneath the shed, and it kind of sucks because we could be using it to grow stuff. We're gonna figure, like this is gonna be, the stuff that we do here is kind of like an experiment. So there may be better ways of doing it, but we have our own ideas and we're gonna try to figure out the best way that kind of works for what we're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
And we can always change things and evolve things and make them better. The idea that we have for basically dispersing the gray water is gonna be, I think, a little bit of a unique idea. And I don't know how well it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it out.
I think it'll work good.
I think it'll work cool. That's one of the things. So there's a 2-inch drain that comes from the washing machine, but that drain is only gonna localize it in one spot. So we wanna basically disperse it.
Kind of like a sprinkler, like a homegrown sprinkler.
Yeah.
That has no power, or it's all just run off of gravity.
Gravity.
And
Isn't that a common,
water.
That's a common theme, gravity, because gravity doesn't require electricity, it just works.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then lower maintenance, lower initial cost. It's very good. So we're just gonna kind of get an area going here, and then we're gonna dig it out with the backhoe. And yeah, and then we're gonna run the drain lines, and we have an idea maybe of putting a small water tank underneath the shed here, so that we have some extra water reserves that come off of the shed roof there. And yeah, let's begin. Alright, so we've got the potato slash watermelon slash tomato slash cucumber patch
going.
We've got it going to where we're kind of happy with the slope around the sides. The middle part here is nice and level
Flat.
ish. And what we're gonna do now, because when it rains, since all the soil is so sandy, right? Well, it is sand. It's gonna want to erode down into this area here. So we're just gonna use landscaping rocks and kind of build, I guess it's not like a retaining wall, but it just kind of stabilizes the ground a little bit so that it just prevents the erosion from happening. Yeah, so like we don't want, especially like when there's a light rain, it's not really gonna happen. But say when there's like a monsoon and we get just like a dump of rain, like it's gonna want to erode all the sand down into here. So we just want to prevent that. So that's one really good use of rock. You could probably use gravel as well, but I think the landscape rock will just kind of look a little bit better.
Yeah.
And it's like big and stable, and the dogs already love it. All right, I'm gonna be grabbing the rock with the bucket, and then Hannah's gonna start stacking. And we got 15 tons out at the end of our driveway, so I think we have more than enough for this. Hot out here. It's gonna be in the 80s all week this week, so we're almost we're pretty well starting to get into summer now already. And I don't think we're gonna get any more rain until the monsoon season. Maybe like one little rain, but
Yes, we will.
I don't know.
Like that.
Oh yeah, I gotta think more positively. Think of the rain, it's raining on me. So why is the potato patch dug so deep? I'm sure people are probably curious why.
Because when you grow potatoes, they grow upwards like a root. So you plant your seed potato and then you cover it with soil. Once it starts to sprout, you just take more soil or sand or whatever and cover it again. And then as long as you keep covering it every time that it starts to come up above the surface, you'll have potatoes for like that entire layer. So we'll have 2 feet of potatoes.
Do you think we can eat all those potatoes?
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
We'll have to like not eat rice for a few months. But we're also gonna grow sweet potatoes for the dogs' food.
Nice. So we got all this extra compost potting mix that we have.
You know that these bags are wasteful. Like we bought these when we didn't know what we were doing. We're not gonna buy these again. Like there's a compost place in Tucson where we can go and get truckloads full of compost. So we might have to get a truckload full of compost.
At some point, yeah. But yeah, we don't really like these, but we gotta use them up until they are gone.
But I wouldn't buy those again.
No, definitely not.
I wouldn't recommend buying them.
Sorry there hasn't been a lot of audio. Generator's been on. All right, so the gray water coming from the washing machine is gonna go through that 2-inch pipe that you saw me bury. It's gonna come right to here. What I'm gonna do is just chop that off and probably put a 90 on the end so that it goes directly right into there where the hose is. And then you saw I drilled a whole bunch of holes on the bottom of these 1.5 inch lines here. So basically what happens is the water just fills this pipe up and then it just drips out the bottom. So this whole thing here is designed to spread the gray water out. Now the important thing here is that all these pipes, they all have to be perfectly level. So this one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and then this one here as well. Because if it weren't level, then it wouldn't really water it evenly. So we're just gonna take some water. Give it a second. But you can see all the water. It's dripping out the bottom of the pipe. So see how simple this is. Just by gravity here, it just disperses the water evenly across this whole bed. So this is a little bit of a different way of dispersing gray water. So the reason why we're using the pipes like this is because when the washing machine pumps out all the water, it pumps out, let's say maybe about 5 or 6 gallons in a surge. So that 5 or 6 gallons is gonna get filtered right into those pipes. It's gonna fill the pipes up a little bit, and then it's just gonna nicely drip down onto the bed there. So very simple. It's all gravity fed. It's all good. So I don't know exactly how this is gonna work out over the long run. What I would have already done differently, I can already tell, is I drilled too many holes. And I think I should have just drilled holes. I did about every 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. And I think every 3 or 4 inches would have been a little bit better. Just because if you had less holes, the pipe would be able to fill up a little bit more and then evenly disperse the water throughout the entire garden. Just because like one of the pipes, it isn't getting a lot of water, so you just kind of have to make a few adjustments with the with how level it is and the elevation, and then it should work. But yeah, I think this is going to be kind of cool, and I think Hannah's going to plant this tomorrow, so I decided just plant in between the pipes there, and we should be good to go. So yeah, I'll get back to working on the solar tomorrow, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Catch you on the next video. Talk to you soon.